Now whip it. Whip it.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Whip It Sundays on the 4th of July weekend. We originally were scheduled to have a show on Thursday, but that was the 4th. So we're going to do it then. But
We passed on it then.
a lot of people are traveling out of town, and so it's just us right now. Some other guys might come in later, but hopefully your friends in Texas are safe. Getting the tropical storm, hurricane hitting in on the coastline in that area. I'm going to try to get some work done. Got a little bit of mobility in my hand right now. Still working on, slowly but surely working on getting the new head for Space Ghost. So I gave the one I had already painted up away. And then I'm going to put an O-ring in the head.
I got
Vulcan, you can't be. There's 4 people watching now, so you're not alone. So, Whipping That's Commodon.
morning.
And
I got Kennan's figure all botched up and ready to go.
the one you don't know about.
Yeah. So I'll show it to you guys, but it has to wait. My wife bought me this little book.
Ah,
Oh,
Good,
Ghost Rider wrote it.
nice. So, which is taller than the new current Daddy Catch coming out. Because of being Bob Texas is pouring, at least in Houston. Yeah, that's what we've been hearing. We got several friends out that way and getting rained out. Hopefully everybody stays safe and dry.
Well, what does your weather look like? Because it looks like it's going to rain starting Monday here all the way to Friday.
I have no idea.
Which
I'm
is
not
all right.
I'm not to the point where I watch the Weather Channel yet.
We're damn near in a drought, so.
Yep.
Our creek is way low.
Yep. It's been quite dry around here too.
It's
A little
the
bit of
rocks
rain.
at the bottom.
A little bit of rain, a couple of rain showers past couple of days, but that's about it. Oh, Bob's got some. Just started collecting 112 scale figures, but only collecting Mezco. It's an expensive choice. What are you using as a neck connector there? That is an O-ring. I use those for multiple uses. They're great for for resin cast heads, for feeding heads, and spacers, making sockets for joints. Tighten up like loose. You can actually use them to tighten up like loose joints too, like you thin O-rings. You can go in around your like hip sockets. But a lot of different uses you can get for them. And I have to work slowly tonight. I'm still healing up from the carpal tunnel surgery. What size O-ring these are? These are about the perfect size for Marvel Legends ball joints. And That is the part number I got from Amazon. You get a bag of 1,000 cheaper than like 50 pack. Enough to you for a lifetime. I've actually given a bunch away and used a bunch. Still have tons left. That is, where's the box? Size wise,
I gotta devise a neck for this guy.
Is 1/4 by 3/8. Box cans in the chat. Oh, is that the head that came with the charger?
Yep.
Have you repainted it, or is it?
No, I'm gonna send it to my guy, and he's gonna repaint it for me. He's got a little box that I gotta send to him.
Yeah.
I was sitting here on top of Cannon's box. I also got that pair of pants I gotta send to you. And those pair of pants are right here. I got them.
Oh.
I think maybe I should just put them on the figure and do a super loose ladder stitch before I send it to you, so that when he gets it, all he's got to do is pull it tight.
Gotcha. I've been printing my neck connectors up. With the rubber O-rings, you get that nice soft connection, and you get that factory pop noise when you put them on and off. I've been using those for a while. See if I can manage to hold on this card with enough grip to not to sling this across the room with the Dremel.
Oh yeah. You know what, Daddy, right?
Woo. Can't hardly hold on to anything right now. As the head was rotating at several hundred RPM. Hopefully my hand don't start bleeding into that.
Power positive thinking, I'm sure of it.
I'm about positive I don't want to have the right one done now. It's one thing going almost a month right. Wednesday will be a month. I still can't use my hand hardly. I don't think I can do that with my right hand. So I'm very, very dominantly right-handed. What glue are you using? I am using BSI Bob Smith Industries Incorporated tonight. I also use Loctite. This is like it's not gel, but it's a thick glue. It's a little easier to control. My son got me into customizing. Sweet. He's collecting Marvel Legends. At least the searchers is a success. Well, hopefully. I don't know yet. I don't really have any mobility in my hand to know if it's worked or not. Hopefully it did.
Gotta get you a clamp of some kind. A vise. Keep them things from being a projectile.
I'm trying. Needs a little more. Yep. Oh, how entertaining it is watching a man struggle trying to use a hand and a half. Sometimes you have to make the O-ring a little bit bigger, Ben. Just wallering it out a little bit to fit perfectly. Because Marvel Legends, they don't really have a true standard size of ball joint. Some are bigger, some are smaller. They've gotten a little closer to being more standard here lately, but then you got various depths, and it's annoying a lot of times. Like, not just be able to just do easy head swap, and you can't. But yeah, just making resizing it a little bit after glue it in place.
Yep.
It's almost there. Just needs a little bit more. It's very close. Well, we got somebody coming in. I was expecting to see that. Good evening.
Evening.
I would expect to see you tonight.
Well, my brother's up there watching TV, so I came downstairs. I hadn't even left yet. Now I got to see if I can figure out how to get my camera to work.
Trying to use my Dremel with a hand and a half. I got two working fingers on this side.
There we go. I'm only working with one screen tonight, so I won't be able to.
Question: do you guys try and stay with 1/12 scale terrain? Like, for the most part, I only work with 1/12 scale. Sometimes 1/10 scale stuff. But Mr. Don up there does like everything from 1/12 scale to 1/1 scale.
The whole Magilla.
Yeah.
I guess that is true. However, Daddy ain't trying to do 1/1 scale.
I find the building I want to build will be way too big. Oh, Hall of Justice. Oh yeah, that'd be quite huge at 1/12 scale.
Do it as a
For the
do it
back
like a
building.
flat, like you would for a play.
True. You do like the outside of it, and then do like from a wall, like a flat. You maybe do like forced perspective type thing. Yeah, Baxter building would be quite big. Just the facade, yeah. Oh, and also to a fellow customizing friend out there, Matthew. Congratulations again to him and his wife, the new baby girl.
Oh boy.
No, baby girl.
Oh boy.
There you go.
That's a young man's game right there, boy.
We'll mix up just a tad bit of green stuff. Because of being B.O.B. Says nice model cannon.
Thanks.
Have you ever seen the model coming for the Fantastic car?
I did see it. It looked good.
Is that what's going to be the HasLab this year?
I don't think so. I think some independent guy made it, or at least the one that I saw.
Yeah, it was definitely 3D printed.
I saw one that kind of looked like a VW bus.
Yeah, I think that.
And working with green stuff with a tape like this, I always cut out the center before they're touching. It's actually, you got a little bit of a cure line right there. You try to get the mix. So I always cut that out. There is a free one on Thingiverse. Thingiverse.
A free car?
I guess a Fantastic car. Well, hold on. Let's see. It's a homebrew. It's a FDM printed, which is not worth the money that they will want for it. There's a free one on Thingiverse. Yep. He said, yeah, that's the Fantastic car. It's not that bad looking, too, what he said.
How much do I need? 1.
Start watching Hell's Paradise on Netflix. Anime. And it's actual real anime, not what things Netflix just brands as anime.
How can you tell the difference?
Because it's made in Japan.
Oh, I suppose that's a good way.
The Netflix will make every one of their new animated cartoons call it an anime. They don't understand what anime actually is.
They probably do. They're just, trying to sell some shit.
But do they though? But do they?
There's the free one.
Oh, yeah. I find that
I don't know what they did to Thing's head there, but it looks weird.
well, it might be when there's the helmet head when he wore a helmet for a while in the '90s when Wolverine slashed his face, and it didn't heal up for a long time.
Apparently, it only likes to show you the pictures once. That looks similar to the one I saw on TikTok, but not the same. Or not on TikTok, on
Instagram.
that.
Completely different creature.
Are they?
Yeah, are they? Are they?
I can use Instagram, but I can't use TikTok. It's banned at work.
Banned in a lot of workplaces because of the terms of service.
Yep.
Do they care? No.
Oh, I just don't even much use it because it's banned.
What are the terms of service?
Well,
They can copy all of your information, like off of your clipboard, off of your cookies, just fucking anything.
Sounds like a good reason not to use it.
yeah, their terms of service basically allows them full access to your phone and all your data.
And that's not a over exaggeration.
That's actually underselling what they do. He said, because of Vince, said it's banned at his job too. Is that a chair for Darkseid? No, that is Metron from DC's throne. He has got a Darkseid chair though. Not Darkseid, Thanos chair.
Thanos. Does Darkseid have a chair?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean, does he have like a chair that's like his very own? Like, take one look at it, and it's like, oh, that's Darkseid's chair. I doubt it, but he is the ruler of Apocalypse, so I'm assuming he's got to sit somewhere.
I would assume they have like an Omega symbol on it or something.
Oh. Let's put you back though. I'm gonna try and make a cape out of Stretch.
Stretch Armstrong?
Let's see how it goes. I'm not terribly optimistic.
He said Darkseid's chair changes in the comics, but the nice one is shaped like Omega symbol. That's all I've seen. I'm sitting in an Omega chair with an Omega symbol before.
So are you down there fighting bad weather, or?
No, I just decided I wasn't coming home today. My ex-wife called up and said she decided that she's going to keep the kids out of town for another day. So
You don't need to rush back then.
I don't need to rush back.
It just means you can take 2 days getting home, not
Well, it's only like a 6-hour drive.
oh. Yeah, that checks out. Every time someone says they're going on a road trip, I always think, well, it would take me fucking 21 hours to get down there. So of course, it's going to take them 21 hours too.
It always makes me laugh thinking about like that Brit in America guy. He's always sticking up for Americans. One of his British people are like always complaining about when people ask if they live where they live in the UK, they ask, "Is that close to London?" No, it's like 45 to 30 minutes away, or 45 minutes drive. So I'm not close to London. That is close to us for our term.
So
Yeah.
it takes me to get to work.
Yeah, well, we drive farther.
I don't think they realize how big America is until they visit.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. It's like British people don't really realize how big America is until you get here. It is quite big. You can fit the UK. We call the Ben. It's like he's in Texas, and your state there, you can fit the entire UK in Texas and have plenty of real estate left around it. I think Europe is just massive. Same size as you can drive. You can be in France in 45 minutes from England. You can be in other countries. Like,
Well, that's all relative, right?
yeah.
It's how they grew up understanding it. So.
Yeah.
Well, like that one woman was thinking 28 degrees Celsius was hot.
Oh yeah.
It was just unbearable.
that redhead lady's like, there's no the heat in the UK is just so much worse than anywhere else. It's like, lady, it's like that's what most people in our Midwestern states sit their air conditioning on.
Yeah. It says 78.
Not me.
I usually
I'm not part lizard. I can't do that.
I do during the daytime 72 and nighttime 70. I like to be cold when I sleep.
It's actually a scientific fact that you sleep better when you're cold. They went so far as to put a temperature on it.
What's the temperature?
68.
My house isn't getting that cold.
If I open my vents downstairs,
she cannot stand the cold at all. For some reason, she wraps stuff around her neck while we sleep because I have to have a fan blowing on me, and she just gets residual fan blowing, and it's too cold for her.
I have 2 fans going usually. I have a box fan on my nightstand. Then I have a big Lakewood fan on the floor. And the air conditioner sit on 70.
Yeah, but we're guys, man. We run hot.
I couldn't afford the electricity bill.
It's actually not that bad.
Well, I also have 3 kids. They're expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
AF.
Yeah, because I'm about to have to go clothing shopping, and I had to make sure that I had
an extra $2,000 sitting on
hand.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It costs about $800, $900 to take Sam doing that. I just took 2 pair of pants from him today because they were capri length on him now.
And they grow fast.
I feel like we just bought these things like a year ago.
And I have all girl children. Their clothes are more expensive. I don't know why, but they are.
Pink tax.
And most of their pants don't have pockets.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which is not something I've ever really understood.
It's the first time I was trying out this flesh wash from Pro Acryl. I don't like it. It was a little bit too light. Put some of that wash on there. Darken it up a bit. I'm liking these Pro Acryl paints a lot.
Pro Acryl. The Almost Testers paint.
Kenan, do you have an STL shop?
No. I just sell prints.
He does have a shop, though.
I do have a shop, though.
A new shop.
I do.
A new shop. Nobody's
I
bought any.
I need to start updating their descriptions down below. Put your shop in there.
Yeah, nobody's bought nothing from it yet.
Dark Skies in the house. Question. Last time I asked you guys about the hands on the Venom, you said if I wanted to build a Superman, I should use the body warpath when I was looking for that. Looking at the figure, though. They look very similar to the Venom. Of course, I don't have them in hand. They use the same body, warpath and the Venom, the animated Venom, just different forearms and different lower legs. Have you tried Army Painter's speed paint? I have not used those.
I tried Army Painter Speed Paint. I liked it all right. You got to make sure that you get the right base coat first. Otherwise, it doesn't look good.
Otherwise, it'll look good.
Base coats matter a lot.
They certainly do.
Looking at my brushes, which brush I want to use. That'll work. I adjusted my custom flesh mix. Add a little more brown and yellow to it. It was drying too light.
Well, this sucks.
Well, fine. I like the flesh tones. If you don't like them, okay.
Doesn't want to do the thing. I'm gonna have to make it do the thing. Not a terribly big fan of making it do the thing.
It's not coming up nozzle mixed. It's annoying.
Oh, that's what she said.
There we go. Just do it this way. Careful not to knock the bottle over.
That's the important thing not to do.
A little more clumsy right now, so I gotta be extra careful.
Yeah, I don't sell the STL files because what I have seen is that once you sell the STL file, you're basically giving your work away. Somebody will put it up on, like I've seen STL files up in one place that somebody's selling, which, is like a legitimate place to get it, and then you'll see it elsewhere for less expensive. And they're not gonna, like, if you're selling an STL file, the chance of you selling it cheaper in one place than another is probably pretty unlikely, especially when it's a significant difference in price. So the only thing that could be happening is that somebody bought it once and then took the file, and now they're reselling it somewhere else.
Yep.
For less expensive. And since there's no way to, protect those files,
No way to say that, hey, that's mine.
yeah, not really. Then even if there is a process out there to go through and, notify like say they put it up on Etsy or whatever, even if there were a way to go out there and say, hey, that's my work, typically those processors are such a pain in the butt to get through that it's like you'd be spending half your time just to make any money off of what you made, trying to defend the fact that it's your work.
Get in that little
Oh, what? Dark Skies, is your hand all better? No. Still got a ways to go for. I can do this. That's it. I can't close my hand up to a fist yet. I can just touch these two fingers, and that hurts doing that.
You gotta push through the pain.
Well, you don't want to push through the pain and rip your incision open, though.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Trust me, I know things.
Now it makes me trust him less, because that sounds like bad advice.
It's not. It's not. It's not.
I tried last Sunday. My hand started bleeding. Working on the same head I would have already had done like weeks ago if I had working hands. I like the Hell's Paradise. I've been watching it. It's pretty good.
What's that about?
It's one of those ones where they're sitting like in feudal Japan, like all these different assassins. They get to like some of the best fighters in the world. They've been trying to find this elixir of immortality, like the elixir of life. But every time they found this island, that mysterious island, every time he goes there, nobody comes back. Or if they do, it's their corpses covered in flowers coming out of their bodies. And so they send all these death row inmates for a chance for pardon if they can get the elixir. It's pretty cool. Like the different, it's one of those fighting. It's like people that got jutsu, like ninjutsu stuff, like different powers. The weird decision on censorship, though. Guts, gore, blood is all right, but they don't draw female nipples. It's like you can have their brains oozing out of their head, but no, I can't show women's nipples. Such strange choices. Which I didn't think that was a big deal in Japan. unless Netflix is doing it.
That's possible.
Possible? Likely. Yep.
What's hilarious is how they censor blood in Japan.
Oh, jeez.
Not Japan, I'm sorry. China. They replace the color red with white.
Yeah, I've seen
It makes it look like it's something else.
Not better.
It looks much worse.
Should be censored more.
It's like the also too like the house husband anime, like the guy that used to be like formerly that was a Yakuza enforcer. Now he's like at home husband. In China, they censor out his tattoos.
It's not weird at all. Some would argue that's the birthplace of tattoos. Our popular understanding of them, anyway.
China or Japan?
Because they would, that's how they would mark criminals, is they put tattoos on them. And then they would go in afterwards and just get lots of tattoos so that they would mark.
Blue-eyed samurai. I've checked that one out. Oh, if in on chat, if you haven't seen the movie, see the 13 Assassin.
Went to Hibachi for lunch. Wound up didn't eat dinner because it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't working. Also, I think I forgot to seal that stitch on the back end of that. That's unfortunate. Oh, I absolutely did. Never too old to make mistakes.
If you don't make mistakes, you ain't living. I've not known anybody yet who's never made a mistake. If someone says they haven't, that's what you call a liar.
Do I have to keep making them though?
Unfortunately, yes. What is that?
The worst ringtone ever.
That's my ex-wife.
No.
Is that why she got that ringtone?
It's probably fitting. It's the worst ringtone ever. What the heck's?
But you have an amicable relationship, right?
We're not hostile toward one another, but that doesn't mean that she's easy to get along with.
Well, if she was easy to get along with, it'd still be your wife, right?
No.
No. Oh.
We developed fundamental value differences.
Fundamental.
Yeah.
That's fair. I know what that's like. Did I tell you I finished those bathing suits? Jesus, that is good.
Oh, yeah?
It's very exciting.
Were they happy with how they turned out?
Yep, she said they were perfect, but she just saw pictures.
Well, I guess she'll know for sure when she sees them in real life.
Yeah, she's still got to, like, bedazzle them, I suppose you could say.
Yeah. It's for dance or skating or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put sparkly sequins and stuff all over those things.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And we took a week off because we had to remeasure a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out right. I should have just trusted myself and went with it. But instead of having damn near a week to bedazzle the things, now she's got like a day.
Well, dance moms are pretty driven, for the ones I met at least.
She's not overly excited.
No, it's going to be a lot of work.
She says that it takes not insubstantial amount of whiskey to get it done.
Oh, that also sounds like a dance mom.
Dark Sky says very interesting combination of you guys. One can paint, the other one can do 3D sculpting, and the other one can sew.
Yeah, Rife is our resident sculptor painter, and Cannon is our 3D artist. And I'm just here to
Who can also paint pretty good too. I saw those heads you put up.
Chit chat and make fun of stuff.
Like how small the new Ghost Rider is.
How tiny he is. He is a wee little rider.
The Wii Rider.
It is very disappointing. Very highly anticipated figure, and they screwed it up so badly.
I did watch a review. You know, we had that discussion about how that annoys me that some special people, the onesie twosies people, gets it like 3 months early before like the mass market audience.
Yeah.
That annoys me. But I went in and watched this review of the Ghost Rider, and he said that the size isn't enough to get you to not buy the thing.
But he's being sent the thing from Hasbro, so.
No, I think he bought it because he don't have to give it back.
Well, he's not going to say something negative if they're giving him favors. Is typically the way of thinking, which is why as a company, if you wanted somebody to have a honest opinion, you would let them buy it and review it themselves, or send it to them to review and then have them send it back. But once something starts to become a gift, then the sense of being non-biased, it just isn't there anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't think he bought it. Or excuse me, I don't think they gave it to him. I don't think he like announced it. I don't think he has a. It didn't feel like he had a review copy because he was talking about how much shit pissed him off and what the fuck are they thinking.
So he just managed to somehow get it early.
Yes. Dom sent me the Dan Who video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk trash about anybody, but I got like 30 seconds in, and that dude's voice annoyed the crap out of me. I had to dip out.
Danhausen?
No, Dan Who?
I don't know who that is.
He's a reviewer in the UK.
He's already got the Hulkbuster and the Ghost Rider and all that stuff. None been gotten. So I had this material on my thing, on my rack over there.
You know, the current HasLab, this Star Wars. Yeah, I thought that was pretty expensive, but
It's pretty close in color.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so.
But I just don't think stretchy material makes good capes.
Won't flow good.
Unless they're like those quote unquote drape capes.
Get his noggin pretty well painted up.
I think out of the paint jobs I did, I think I was the proudest of the zombie head.
That looked great. See, partially disabled me is mad at before me putting these leads on too damn tight.
We got a small pair of channel locks just for the occasion.
Well,
So
easier said than done when you can use both hands.
man, I don't know. Is this worth saving, or should I just throw it away?
Before you give it away, somebody might want be interested in it.
I don't know. It's got my name on it. I don't want, just complete trash out there in the wild.
Make you an alias.
See, I think
I am good with this head. I just gotta let it dry, then I gotta seal it.
I think we can.
Yeah, so let's see. When I get back sometime tomorrow, I'll be putting that Beastmaster sword and scabber up. But it'll be after I get one print of it off to make sure that everything works right.
Yeah, that takes a while for those.
Yeah, about 10 hours for swords. That one's a little bit shorter, so it'll be like 9, but still. Swords take forever to print.
Oh, because of being you can get a 110 scale Batmobile for $100. It's a remote control car. That actually showed up at Marshall's for $59.99. That I got 2 of those. I got one I paid like $90 for on Amazon or something like that. $90 to $100. And friend on the channel, he found another one. It's like I still got it in the box. He hooked me up a bit. He got it at Marshall's. Understood. I had a stroke and it took my good right side, and that's how I used to write things and do things, and can do a lot once you get forced to use the other hand. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. And it had to be rough getting used to using your other side. What do you use to seal when you're done painting? I use an automotive clear coat. I use a Duplicolor clear top coat, and after that dries, I hit it with a Mr. Hobby matte finish to dull it back down. I hit it with the automotive clear to basically it's a hard sealer. Protect your paint. Then I hit it with a matte finish to dull it back down. Name of Held's here. Johnny Ray Hubbard. You should try putting Bonebreaker Bath Head on the Kazar body. It looks pretty good. I haven't tried that. I don't know if I haven't. I guess I do have one of those heads. They come with maggot, didn't it? That head. I think I did pick up a maggot for fodder. I got it at Ollie's.
I like the maggot body. I wish it weren't blue, but
And for those checking out, Ollie's has been getting new Marvel Legends. They've been getting not the one here.
I went by today and they didn't have nothing. My Ollie didn't even bother to have things like, hey, if you ain't got cash, GTFO.
Their credit system now.
Yeah, I guess their internet was dead.
They started getting those white box 2-packs with it, like Thor and Destroyer, Eric Master's Thor, the Destroyer, the Hawkeye on the speeder bike, and all those different 2-packs. They've been showing up at Ollie's, not the Ollie's around here, but
elsewhere in the United States.
The the Ultra Adaptoid, on the Captain America body, that big 12-inch green thing. That's showing up for $20. The 3-pack X-Men's, the blue and yellow 3-pack teams. But like I said, not the one I checked out yesterday.
Yeah. I'm not that lucky. Or unlucky, I suppose, since, they didn't have any way for me to actually buy anything there. So.
Yeah, they just had the Doctor Strange figures. What was it? Yeah, the Sparrow and whatnot. Black Panther and Eternals figures. Let's see what all they had. Some G.I. Joe, the movie G.I. Joe figures. They had some classified Scarlet figure, not Scarlet, Lady J's, the one with the horrible face paint that looks like a dude. But those are $12.99. And the other G.I. Joe figures, that's the movie figures, are $4.99. And when they get new G.I. Joe figures, they're $4.99 classified.
Last time I went to Ollie's, because there isn't one close by, was a couple weeks ago when I was traveling, and they still had a bunch of the Eternals figures.
Oh yeah, they were covered up with them. They're gonna have those for fucking 30 years.
Nobody wants those things. Nobody wanted that movie. Nobody wants those figures.
That was arrogance on Disney's part. It's like they thought Marvel movies only did well because we're Disney. Not that they were like very popular characters they made movies about. That's been around for 60 years. I have over 7,000 comic books. You know how many Eternals books I have?
0.
You are correct. Because nobody cares about the Eternals.
I mean, I will admit that I'm not the most well-read comic book person, but I did not hear about the Eternals until that movie came out.
The only 2 Eternals that anybody knew anything about was because they were on other teams. The people, mainly Cersei, because she was putting part on the Avengers for a long time. And that's when she was for like that 2-pack, which they botched that figure up real bad.
Yeah, she was kind of unrecognizable in that movie.
Yeah. Well, they race swapped and gender swapped everybody. Yeah, Thanos is an Eternal. But
a deviant.
Yeah. He was a mutated Eternal. Then they had, well, I couldn't believe they had Star Fox. It's like, show up at the end of the movie, especially with his comic book history.
Well, they're obviously not paying attention to that.
Yeah. I was like, really? You're going to put Star Fox on? What's his name? That's his name, right? Star Fox?
Yeah.
But he's like Purple Man. He used his powers basically like Purple Man that took advantage of women.
Sounds like a real nice guy.
Yeah, but they thought, like, let's put him in like a big budget movie. He's like in the end credit scene.
Yeah, with Pip the Troll.
Yeah. The toy doctors are in. Doing what I can. Where's the other piece? Right.
What I've got.
There we go. I'm going to try to glue this.
Found a recipe for pickle fries. I was supposed to make that today, but I forgot because I got tired. I mean, I'm still that, but even the hibachi guy was like, "You look tired."
Well, thank you.
You've already got your 2. You already got your hour for the day. No more YouTube. Oh, well, I guess I'm not. I'll have to sew this, so I can turn that off. Huh?
Exciting. Just want to sit here and hold this. Wasn't Thanos a Titan, but a mutant subspecies? That's right, he is a Titan, isn't he?
I think he's from Titan, but I think he's still an Eternal.
Okay. Dark Skies, I'm sure you get this question a lot, but what 3D program are you using to make your 3D objects? I can't really tell. It's Blender.
Yeah, it's Blender.
It's weird it's not taking up the entire screen.
My Blender isn't taking up the entire screen?
Yeah. You got like an L shape around your screen.
Weird.
I just have to look.
What can we do about that? I sometimes feel like I need a lot more room than I have.
I don't know. It's because I don't have my extra monitor attached.
Hmm.
But I don't know why it's still got the L-shaped thing on there.
Fucking baller, man. What do you mean your other monitor?
Dark Sky Blender is a great program to start with. He's talking about wanting to get into making 3D models. What's the best program to start with? Because
I'd start with this one because it's free.
that's
And your cost, so if you compare the cost over 10 years, I've seen some guys that puts out some videos on it. If you compare your costs over 10 years to get the comparable stuff, the difference is like $600 for like Blender and all the stuff versus something like, it was insane. It was like $23,000 if you're going to use one of the other professional softwares. And Blender is the everything that I use for Blender is free. I don't pay for any add-ons or anything like that. So if you're just doing 3D modeling, there really isn't anything on here that you couldn't do with just the base version of Blender. In my opinion.
oops.
Now, they even have add-ons for it, so if you're more familiar with like using CAD programs, so if you're more familiar with using CAD programs, they've got some add-ons there that would make it more like a CAD program.
Found these really good Christopher Reeves heads on Cult 3D for free. Thanks for y'all help you guys. I love watching you guys, but Life is Calling definitely hit you up on the next stream. You have a good night, sir. Thank you for stopping by.
There, did that fix it at all?
Nope.
Nope, still got the weird L.
Yep. It's all right.
We realize that you're handicapped tonight.
Well, I don't use this program outside of
The house.
the house.
Yeah, I was surprised when you logged in.
Although your internet tonight seems like it's a bit better.
Well, it's because I'm probably not right. I'm not eating up as much space. As I normally would.
Space?
These Carl Weathers heads were on Cult 3D too. Eventually going to upgrade a Node Custom.
Annoying.
So was it, yeah, I didn't see anything new at the Ollie's close by. There's one that's about 25 minutes from here, and there's another one about 40 minutes away.
Did you head all the way out there for that?
I stopped. Well, only time I go over one that's about 40 minutes away is when I go to Sam's. Get groceries. Your screen's completely black now. Cannon.
Might be a reason he's completely blind.
Now I'm just trying to figure out what I screwed up.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You want to remember the old cartoon Double Dragon? Vaguely. I don't think I ever watched it, but I do remember. I think I do kind of remember something about it. You don't know any good henchman heads on STLs? I do. Oh, these are pretty good.
All right, how about now? Is it completely black now?
Nope. You still got the L.
I don't know what to do about the L. I'll have to figure that out offline sometime.
Norman Art's got these. These are free. These are great head sculpts. I'm blurry right now. There we go.
What time is it? Is it getting past my bedtime?
It is 9:19.
Oh. Y'all not looking out for me.
I didn't know you had to go early. You didn't say anything.
Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow.
I do too.
You gotta get up at 4 o'clock in the morning?
No.
Oh.
I didn't say anything about that. I said I gotta work tomorrow too.
Well, whenever I say that I want to call into work, I don't mean I don't want to go to work. I just mean I don't want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
I was actually doing stuff for the office today. I was a project. I need to get some stuff redesigning a site for a project. So they don't have any kind of like styling whatsoever on it, and it's very boring looking.
Just how they like it.
Well, they contacted us to redesign it, so probably not. I wouldn't mind getting figures of the Double Dragons. Well, if people keep making figures of stuff, it's liable to happen for too long. People are on a nostalgia kick right now, like trying to find old properties to do figures of. Still surprised that Fresh Bucky Fiction got a license from Hasbro to do the Cops figures. I figured that they would just incorporate that into the G.I. Joe Classified because it was a spin-off of G.I. Joe.
Well, they did say that they were going to have a push towards licensing product and not
That's true.
product. Too much.
Property like Cops too would require a lot of new sculpting. A lot of unique sculpting too, where they're a bunch of crazy looking cyborgs.
What the hell was that?
What did I do with that? This is it. Sure, it's in front of me, and I just can't see it.
At least I'm not the only one that happens to.
Nope. Knocked it over. It worked. Put a little bit in that seam, then put it in a vise and held it together and put a little drop of Insta-Set on there. If you're working with super glue, definitely recommend get you some Insta-Set. Instead of having to hold the stuff for like forever for wait till it's set up. My friend Jason bought some Smart Hulk STL head files. Eventually I need to get printed up for them. Oh, but I haven't touched the printer since my hand's been messed up.
Yeah. It's understandable.
Probably not a good idea to mess with it. Resin while I got like a wound on my hand.
Well, you got gloves, right?
Well, I can't put the glove over that hand.
Sure you can. Why not? It's not forever. You can do it. You got this, baby.
I believe I'll pass. I'll just wait.
Blah, blah, blah.
I think I'm going to go ahead and continue when I can. Turn this torso into a prime torso. I was thinking about using the new torso from Scar so I can have butterfly joints. But it's nowhere near as jacked as this torso. So I like the Caliban torso better. I've already done a lot of sculpting work on this too. Did some prep work, clearance and stuff. And I made his obliques bigger. Fill in like the gap here where I can put in like the Prime logo. Gap in between his pecs. And the arms are bigger too.
Gap in the dude's pecs. All right, last little bit. Let's go. So I can go to bed.
Ben said Insta-Set changed his life. Yeah, that stuff is awesome. So he bought a 8-ounce bottle size. Nice. BP Vest, aka Bulletproof from Cops, is a cyborg. He got seriously injured when he started to investigating Big Boss, and basically did him like RoboCop. Did not know that. I noticed he's what I've seen in the cartoons, like he's always got his jacket on. I didn't know underneath that jacket he's all robot.
Robot.
And Namelfield, he still wears regular pants. Don't know why the old toy was designed like that, and it looks like that's why they're designing the what you call it, the Fresh Monkey Fiction version is designed after the toy and not the cartoon, which looks weird. His pants are the robotics are grafted to his pants. The cybernetics. So, wanting to do a grinning face for Prime is what got me to learn how to cast parts. I had like a All Might statue. The head was about the exact same size as these enlarged Hyperion heads that I commissioned from Last Man Customs years ago. And I didn't want to like chop up either one of them to make it because I didn't even know it's going to work. So I ended up getting the casting material and learning how to cast and made castings of both and spliced them together. Then I worked out pretty well, and I ended up making a mold of the spliced head so I can do the grinning aka Prime head, which is if I was going through it today, I'd be like, buddy ho pal, Kanan.
Or like what?
For real.
Ask him about like, if I was going to do wanting a smiling Prime head today, I'd be like, Mr. Kanan, could you do that?
I'd probably be like, yeah.
We put that on a post-it note that
Yeah, that I'll save someplace.
Special.
that'll eventually get file 13'd.
Yeah. I'm going to get better about that. As I've decided.
I was giving you this teasing you a little about that. Because you can tell you on yourself about that. I was like, let's get a lot smaller when I just throw the notes away.
It sure does.
Way easy to manage.
I tell you,
It's
man.
mountable yesterday, but today
Best management system for getting tasks off your list. You just take that list and throw it right away.
As long as it's not for task for work.
Yeah, as long as it's not task for work.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna get on to bed. I got that done, so get out of here.
All right. You have a good night, sir.
Yep.
Have a good one, sir.
Appreciate you letting me stop by.
Always a pleasure.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good night.
He's such a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. That looks good. Taking some of that flesh wash, put over top of this Scolic's head that you printed.
Mm-hmm.
It was too light before. And Just rubbing this. Waffles are ready. And that looks good.
Hello. What happened
what
there?
I don't know. What happened?
Everything was just spinning. How long you been running for this evening?
Hour and 32 minutes right now. We'll go to 2 hours. If I'm up for it. Dominic, don't know how to get those two heads to work flawlessly. Why are you in the chat and not on here? That wash made that look pretty good.
Which two heads is he trying to get to work?
Still don't know how you got those two heads to work so flawlessly. I don't know who he's talking to, which two heads we're talking about.
Is he talking about your prime faces?
Oh, the splicing the heads. Yeah. It was just dumb luck that they fit the Caliban torso. Those, because I had them scale them up to fit the Despero body from DCUC. And never did get around to doing that one. And it's like, wasn't really muscular enough for the character. And when they come out with his Caliban, it's like, that's perfect. And the head's actually scaled well with it.
Yeah, is he talking about, what head's he talking about?
Gotta check messages sometime. What messages? You get no messages, Dominic. Unless you're talking about Instagram. He's at a birthday party. You send messages to 15 different places. I don't know where to look at.
That's just how it goes. Well, happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is.
Well, wish her happy birthday for us. And I hope y'all having a good time. I hope she's having a good time. Yeah, that worked out great. That wash. I just thought I was going to have to repaint the whole thing, and that wash made it perfect.
Sometimes it works out like that.
Red Lantern, Sculpt. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. I don't know. That's what I always call him.
I think that's right.
end up painting the neck. Tricky parts if try to get the tongue. Going from the sides with a fine brush. Get this other one that you print slightly smaller. Which actually looks good on the Caliban torso, the smaller one. It fits quite well.
On the Caliban?
Yep. Heavy warm white. Dominic, the prime and all my heads, and your decision to keep using Caliban for prime is a good one. After seeing a side-by-side image of Scar, you're right. Caliban's bigger torso and arms look much better. It just suits the character a lot better. It would have been great to have butterfly joints. It might work. The Scar, it might work for like the last appearance of Prime and like the Future Shock, when it's in the distant future when he's always Prime. Yeah, he's still big, but he's a little trimmer silhouette. Could be just the artist, like the like interpretation of the character, but something like he's like a less exaggerated proportions, but he's still huge. By that point in time, the Prime body could be his actual real body too, though. See. Put my magnifiers back on.
I had to print parts of this in resin to make it look right.
Oh, you did?
I'm gonna have to, yeah. Otherwise, it's not gonna be.
Don't lose detail.
Yeah. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so great.
Not seeing any of the details that you.
That I spent all that time on.
Mhm.
I've done that before. I'm guilty as charged.
Oh, I do the same thing. I'll stress over like a detail, like a spot that'll never be seen, but I'll know it's there. Looked over the camera, make sure I'm actually painting on screens. Like, ain't no point.
Yeah, that's a difficult thing to do because you're not like the camera's kind of between you and what you're painting, isn't it?
Well, it's overhead.
If I didn't have it on the screen as I was looking at it, you guys, I would never know where what was.
The who's it now?
If I wasn't doing it right on screen, I'd never know what you guys were looking at. I think Blender is like learning anything. You know, you're not going to be good at it at the beginning, and you just have to be, you know, brave enough to try it and stick with it. I think that's a lot like with any kind of art, is that the people who get good at it are the people, you know, art is a skill like anything else, but you have to have the desire and drive to fail at it and not be good at it for a long time before you can get good at it. And that either takes some bravery or some real stubbornness. Jared, I think you're muted.
Yep, I am definitely muted. I was going to say, usually both stubbornness and bravery. So, like when you learn on anything, trying to do anything with art, learning.
Yeah. Especially if there's anybody watching you. That makes it 10 times worse.
Yep. That was definitely something to get over. Like when doing a live stream, it's like got a lot of people watching me now while I work.
I remember drawing a lot when I was a kid, and you know, just like other kids at the school would come and watch me draw.
Oh yeah.
And it'd be like, you know, at first you're kind of like, yeah, I don't know about this, but after a while you're just like, you know, if that's what they want to do and they aren't being cross about it, then they're fine. So. I don't know how he uses all these buttons and switches here, because it seems like they'd be kind of out of reach.
Yep. Oh, if in case I was muted, Metaluna, hello, sir. It's like pulling up pictures of Scollex's eyes. Looks like they're basically just whited out eyes with black around them. Horseface McGee. The animated cartoon Sculpt was really different looking. He looked more like a dragon. And he had glowing red eyes.
Yeah, I seem to remember that vaguely.
Skulls, I asked him. Our guy was like still trying to figure out why Kenan's creating a Mobius chair when there's DCUC one out there. It's like, well, I think DCUC one's like $100.
I kind of wanted to also, because I did the Thanos chair after getting that STL file and it was all jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a Professor X hover chair.
On a chair mood.
Yeah, just on a chair bender, I guess.
Hey, at least my hand's not bleeding this Sunday.
Yeah, that's good. That's improvement.
Yep. Tried to do this last weekend, and I was like, my hand's bleeding. I'm gonna stop now.
There's the Thanos hover chair with the puff of cloud support stand that was
Print that.
suggested by Dom. Yeah, I printed it.
How did it turn out?
It turned out good.
Did you post pictures of it?
I certainly did not.
I guess that's why I was asking you. Did I didn't see it.
I don't think so.
All that work, build something's really cool. It's like, I'm not sure nobody.
That's not true. I shared it with one of our viewers, who will remain nameless, who was the beneficiary and patron of that particular project.
Oh.
I don't want to out anybody. I don't know if I have any pictures of it anymore.
Then how do we know it even exists?
It's right there on my screen.
That's just a digital render. I mean, you don't see the actual chair.
Let me see. Alrighty. I'll post one to the Discord and the WIP it. As soon as I find it again. I took a lot of pictures since then.
Show flash. I may end up having to make a new body for my Metatron with the yellowing.
All right, there it is. So that's what it looks like on screen.
There it is.
And that's what it looks like printed. Oh. There we go.
That is very nice.
There's no cleanup done on that at all at that stage.
It looks awesome though.
Yeah, turned out good.
And if y'all want to join the Discord, links down below. If you're not in there right now, it's like, why not?
I also made a Xavier hover chair. Man, I printed it, but I wasn't happy with the way it printed. So I'm gonna, at some point, I'll take this apart and make it so that it will print better.
Mm-hmm.
Because I printed it just all in one piece like that, and it didn't like this. Didn't like this incline here. It looks not good. But I think if I cut these sides off and then print those flat, then it won't have any. It won't have that problem.
Let's go ahead and pop the head off. I got shadow flesh out. I'm going to go ahead and paint the neck. First base coat on that. Yeah, it's looking good. What color wash do I want to put on the teeth? I think do a mahogany.
Mahogany wash on the teeth.
Yeah, for the gaps that are looking between the teeth, like the. Use my vise to put my bottle of paint in. Okay, we got a question here. Question: has pinless action figures made it more difficult for to do customs, or has it changed your approach in doing joints? When you got a sand, it does change how you got to approach them. You basically got to prep the joints while the figures on the while the parts are on the figure, articulate them, and just sand the visible parts. Try to hyperextend as much as you can to get into working those joints. You can cut pinless joints and put them back together, but that's a bit of work. If these are pinless joints here, I'd cut the forearms off. I just wanted to look at them too. You can put them back together with a little drop of glue when you put them back together, but if you're just getting started, I wouldn't recommend jumping into that method. That would just work the external joint visible areas, what's on the figure. And what did I want to do? I forgot.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
Got derailed.
Something to do with Sculpt.
Mahogany wash.
Yeah, that's it. I was going to open my paint up. Old man brain.
It happens to the best of us.
Oop. I just twisted my vise off the table instead of opening the lid. I think it needs to tighten down a little bit. And the only problem with starting that series on Netflix, the Hell's Paradise,
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to finish this season before I go to bed tonight.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah. Didn't dry enough.
Well, I think that might be it for me this evening.
You want to leave me?
Well, I do have a lot of driving to do. I figure I would get up. Maybe
We're past 2 hour mark too.
take a couple hours of sleep, get up in the middle of the night and drive it so that I'm not having to deal with rush hour traffic in any of the big cities that I might have to pass through.
Yep. Put a little bit more wash on here than I'm calling that too. Putting some more wash around the eye sockets. The flesh wash. You let that wash on the teeth dry a little more too. Need to get my hand the rest too. Let that wash the teeth dry a little more. Didn't let it dry enough on this side, and just start smearing it. I'm gonna try to dry brush a little bit over top of it. So now he's kind of got pink teeth over here. I can let it dry. Gotta let it dry.
Can't be having some pink teeth.
No.
Hey, put that Kool-Aid down.
But it's looking better.
Oh yeah, it looks good. He is a crispy looking dude, isn't he?
Well, he did get his flesh burned off of him, so.
That'll do it.
Coming in at the tail end. Coming in while we're getting ready to log off.
Are you logging? Oh, geez, are you logging off?
Yeah. Well, everybody in the chat, thank you again for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. It's always a pleasure. Since we didn't do a show this past Thursday, since it's 4th of July, we'll do one this Thursday. Hopefully everybody in Texas is not getting washed off. But,
thanks for having me on again.
And Cannon, always a pleasure. What? Hulk Smash just left. And we'll catch y'all next time.
All right, take care.
Oop, find the right button.